Basso Diamante frameset review. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe button so that we can continue to provide the latest information about motorcycle and bicycle trend. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. Basso was one of the earliest adopters of carbon fiber in bicycle manufacturing, and it is one of few Italian brands that has kept its production process almost entirely in Italy. That's paid off well amidst the COVID pandemic and accompanying bike drought, with smaller batch production enabling quick reactions. It also pays off in terms of attention to detail, and the allowance for a few flambounancies in design. The Diamante is Basso's race machine. Its geometry is more aggressive than the recently redesigned and more aero SV version, which was toned down a little bit to allow more riders to slam the front end and make use of the recessed head tube designed for this purpose. I adopted this Diamante as my primary road machine for close to a year, utilizing it as a testbed for other components. There is a lot to love, but a few quirks set it back and the frame weight came as somewhat of a surprise. Basso tests the stiffness of its frames by hanging a 50 kg weight on the end of a 30 cm lever, and measuring the flexion in millimeters. The Diamante gives up 0.4 mm at the head tube, and 0.2 mm at the bottom bracket. These numbers aren't hugely helpful if you're comparing against other frames, and I do wonder if the test is carried out using the same weight across all sizes to identical results. The headstrong decal on the down tube is a welcome mantra in a breakaway effort, though, and there is no denying that the frame is stiff. Whilst there are some nods to cutting drag, the Diamante is not the aero leader from Basso, with that title maintained by the Diamante SV. The Diamante seat stays are a little lower than is traditional, but not extreme. The seat tube is curved to follow the rear wheel, but the approach is more dramatic on the SV, though the latter leaves a much greater gap between the two. The tubes are rounder than those on the more angular speed-oriented sibling. Rounder tubes are associated with better ride quality, though they're not likely to test as well in the wind tunnel. Personally, I'm still happy to focus on the 80% plus of drag which is made up by my body before I start choosing frames based on fast profiles. The Diamante was just right for me. Basso's own D-shaped carbon seat post clamps low in the frame, which likely adds to compliance. The clamping for the seat post was one of the features which gained less appreciation from me. Basso uses 3 small head fastenings. This means that most multi-tools don't allow for tweaks on the road, and in any event, you don't want to be making adjustments to these tiny screws frequently. The instructions are a little more detailed than is common practice, too. The seat post sits in its own rubber sleeve, or gusset. Initially, I assumed this was to keep dirt out, but Basso says that this actually covers off the job of absorbing road vibrations. At the front end, Basso offers a recess at the head tube, which means that you can create a much smoother meeting of the two if you slam the stem. However, the 110 mm head tube on my size 48 meant I kept a few spacers. Interestingly, Basso adjusted the GO on the more recent SV iteration to create a higher front end, by 10.3 mm, also reducing the reach by 3 mm, to allow more riders to make the most of the recess on offer. My 48 cm frame comes with a reach of 377.5 mm and a stack of 513.1 mm. The head angle comes in at 71.8, which is marginally steeper than comparable bikes like the BMC Team Machine, by 0.3 degrees, and Specialized Tarmac, by a minute 0.05 degrees. The chainstays are on the nippy side at 400 mm. I used Basso's Integra bar and stem combo, which costs an extra €547, 466 pounds. The standard setup is the Basso aluminium semi-integrated stem with compact handlebars. Either option leaves the cable semi-exposed, entering the bike via the down tube. Though some riders are beginning to prefer the clean look of total integration, I'm fine with this, as it does make maintenance easier. I found the Torx heads on the stem fastenings quite soft. You may be noticing a theme here: constant position fetters might encounter issues. I built the bike at home. It came fitted with plastic inserts to aid cable routing. Beneath the bottom bracket shell is a removable plastic cover, under which the cables exit and re-enter the frame. I did find this collected dirt and needed to be removed for a thorough clean occasionally. The frame takes a press-fit bottom bracket. It would be nice to see Basso follow the trend of returning to threaded BBs, just to make life easier for home mechanics. This is a disc brake frame, but there are rim models available. It comes with Basso through axles. The axles measure 125 mm by 12 mm front and 165 mm by 12 mm rear. I found these a little bit prone to wear. If I were to continue riding this bike I would probably replace them.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.